yellowish Norn, notably. Mummy. It's the yucky color.
We must, you know, clean the chalkboard in this way. Welcome, Adam and Mages. We're so thrilled to have you together with us through our magic.
Yeah.
You're watching / listening to the Cozy Magic Podcast, the coziest magic podcast around. I could do the words
That was
good.
stunning.
That was so
Great
good.
intro.
Well, I'm one of your hosts and casting monocolored spells, Nigel.
And I'm one of your hosts and collecting mana rocks, Ruby.
And today we're talking about the beginner's intro to the color pie. Not the pie that you traditionally eat, 2 mana, sack 3, gain 3 life. Not that one, but we're talking about the color pie, which is integral to magic. But first, what have you been up to, Rubes? Ruby?
I have been spring cleaning.
All of the magic.
No,
Huh?
I haven't even touched. Okay, so
A little bit.
I've organized my magic shelves,
Okay.
but none of my cards are organized. But
Okay.
that's fine. That's my reward.
You've moved them to somewhere else.
Yeah, they have.
Okay.
I've got 3 magic shelves now.
Wasn't
And
it 2 last time?
We don't need to talk about that. But that's because everything else that has been strewn about my apartment is now nicely fit on those 3 shelves.
Okay.
Yeah. And then board games and stuff like that. But that also my entire apartment, I'm methodically going through. The other day I sorted all my cables.
Okay.
Which if you're a
It's
gamer,
like loose cables
yes,
and
if
stuff.
you're a tech person, I had this one cable box that had moved with me from Adelaide, and I've lived here for 5 or 6 years now.
And do you still use that one, or?
Well, I got rid of about 3/4 of it.
Okay.
Wow. And then the rest, but it was spaghetti. It was the worst tangle you've ever seen in your
It's
entire
like,
life.
you know those games you see on like the app now, it's just like, you bet you can't untangle this.
Yeah.
And it's just like a billion knots. Like, that's probably what it was.
But in real life, I had to call Phil over to help me. Because did you ever have a PlayStation 2 and there was Buzz?
Yeah.
So it was that quiz game, and the controller is 4 controllers that are all connected by cords to the one cord.
Yeah.
So it's just cables. And that was what was tying all the other cables together.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, that's the one thing. But everything else is coming along really nicely.
So what's on the table that I lent you then?
That's still my limbo table.
Okay.
My plan is to... Yeah, so Nigel lent me a table once upon a time to have people over.
I think we spoke about it like
we
once
still use it
before,
as the
yeah.
food table when people come over, which is great. If you ever need that back, you let me know. Because it's just the limbo table right now. Things that I'm like, this needs to go somewhere at some point. Or I can't forget this. I need to take it when I walk out the door.
Yep.
Everything of that kind goes on that
It's
table.
like the Bermuda Triangle of tables,
Yes.
essentially.
Yes.
Yeah.
But everything else is getting really clean.
Okay. We'll be the judge of that next time we come over and play cards.
Yeah, I can actually host people and then I don't have
You
to...
can host people before.
That's true. That's true. The apartment is not too bad.
It's getting there.
What about you? What's going on?
I've started playing this game called, I don't know if you heard Yakuza Like a Dragon. Yakuza Like a Dragon. So I think like one of the newer ones came out earlier this year because I saw a lot of people like playing and streaming it. But basically it's a series called Yakuza, but they've moved away from calling that because it's got like some negative connotations. So it's now Like a Dragon.
Oh.
Moving forward.
So are you not Yakuza in it anymore?
No, you
or
are still Yakuza.
It's just the title.
But the thing is, the story itself is really quite serious, but all of the like side quests and stuff are so silly. They're so silly. One of them, I find like a crawfish on the side of the road and I throw it back into the river and someone comes along and she's like, no, you've thrown, you've thrown Cassandra into the river. I'm like, sorry. And then I find it and I give it back and he's like, great, time for dinner. I'm like, no, don't kill it.
No.
I love Cassandra.
It wasn't
and
your
he's like,
pet.
go find me sushi. I'm like, okay, get you sushi. Please give me Cassandra. Like, it's so weird. And there's like, I take over like a cookie shop and I become their president. And I'm still Yakuza, by the way. And there's a class system, but they're all like real jobs. One of them is like homeless guy. One of them is waiter. One of them is like secretary. And the secretary throws like thumbtacks throws scissors, which you should never do.
What?
And the Yakuza slaps people with cash. It's so like out there but it's really fun.
Yeah, I've never seen gameplay of this game.
It's again the story itself. I was really sucked in by the story, and then I stayed because it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, and because I got it on Steam, I can play it on my Steam Deck. So when I went to Tasmania, I was just like do 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 do.
Ooh, I didn't know you had a Steam Deck.
Yeah.
Fancy.
They're really like, I'm just like, I don't need my Switch anymore, kind of. Like,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I do have a bigger Steam library than anything else.
well, that's the thing, right? And I'm like, I can play all this now just in bed, just like.
Yeah.
So
My Switch is basically my Pokemon machine. So
it's just Dance and Pokemon for me.
yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
Huge.
Cool. Well, it's time to crack some packs, Ruby. What do you got for us today?
I have a pack. Actually, so I have a collection of packs that
Yep.
I'm still opening. So I have
You're
ones-
collecting collector boosters.
I'm collecting collector boosters. This is the collector booster that I bought for myself for
Nice.
hosting Ladies and Ladies.
Well deserved. Well
Yeah,
deserved.
every draft event, I buy myself a pack, one collector booster as a reward, and that's what I did
Nice.
this time too. So I still have some gifted to me by Wizards that I need to open, and
Oh, didn't you open them on the stream?
not all of them, no.
Oh.
So I still have some.
Yeah, I need to open mine on stream as well, so I'll
But
probably do that sometime
this
next
one,
week.
usually I open it on the day, but
I was going to say, you're so good.
it was so busy. I
You're so good.
did it this time.
Because normally you have a bit of trouble
No
opening.
struggling whatsoever. I also have clearly lost a couple of my spooky nails. All right. We have a glimmer token.
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
very,
bunny,
very shiny,
very
very
cute.
shiny.
And there's a shard on the other side. Now, how many is it?
I can't
different?
remember- I can't remember
I don't
for
know if
Dustmorn.
it's- I don't remember for
I can't remember
Dustmorn.
for Dustmorn.
We've got glimmer light.
Okay.
Ooh, I love this one. Okay, I've got a red room, glassworks, and shattered yard.
Nice.
I should show you. Manifest Dread. What does it do?
Manifest Dread.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. It could never.
I remember that one.
Underwater tunnel and slimy
I
aquarium.
love that card. That's a good one.
Slimy aquarium. We've got seized from slumber.
Sure.
Defiled crypt and cadaver lab.
Ooh,
Lot
that
of
one's a good one. That one's a good
rooms.
one.
Creepy, scary, spooky, untimely malfunction.
Can't remember that one. It's a red
Another
card.
room. This is a room.
It's a
heavy pack.
roomy pack.
pack.
Roomy pack, yeah.
Greenhouse and rickety gazebo.
Cool.
Oh, Ride of the Moth.
Nice,
I
nice.
love So Haunting, Beautiful.
Okay.
A swamp.
All right. What do we got?
Oh!
Vagabond Slayer!
Vagabond Slayer! I heard someone else was after this card.
It's me.
Oh!
Whoa.
We got
Oh, we got
Aminatou.
Aminatou. Nice pull.
One
Nice
of
pull.
their commanders. Oh, this version of Reluctant Role Model.
Okay. He's not so.
Yes!
That's a good one.
Yes!
So
Okay.
good in standard for red.
Yep,
Mono red.
Razorkin Needlehead. I love all the Razorkins for
Yeah.
mono red.
They're like gremlins.
I'm gonna get into standard with these.
They're
with
so
all
good.
of them.
I've got another one if you need another one to complete your four.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
And we've got Enduring Vitality.
Very nice. Very nice.
Pretty cute. Oh,
I love the enduring ones because they die and then they're like, I'm still here.
I was like, actually, I'm still an enchantment. Gotcha. I can't believe how many rooms were in that.
It was like 4 rooms. 1, 2, 3. There was like 4, one of each color, but not white. I think.
Oh,
I think it was like one of everything else.
But the lair though, so
Yeah, the layer could tap for white.
that's a really cool Razorkin, like in the reflection too.
I love that reflector. That's really
the
cool.
art style.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Alrighty, well, let's get to talking about the color pie. So again, the color pie. It's not pie. It's not pie that you eat. It's kind of like a
Aw.
pie chart kind of pie. Was designed by Richard Garfield, who I think
We met.
I'm very jealous.
I got so excited I just smacked the set.
Yeah.
Cass and I met him at Command Fest Sydney.
Yeah, because he lives in Australia
Yeah,
now.
he does. So he does a lot of game dev stuff now.
Yep.
He's out of the Magic game for the most part. I
Yeah.
think he still comes on to
Every now and then.
consult and stuff like that.
Why wouldn't you? You know,
Yeah,
you're
right.
the-
I mean, you made the game.
one of my favorite board games. I don't know if you heard it before. It's like King of New York, King of Tokyo. It's by Richard Garfield.
No
And I
way.
started playing. I was like, this is really fun. And then I found out who Richard Garfield was. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's great. No wonder. So
The crossing of words.
we'll play. I'll bring it over one
Please,
day. Yeah,
I love
yeah.
board games.
And it's just like a dice rolling game, but it's like you can tell it's made by Richard Garfield because it's so strategic, even though it's a dice rolling game.
Man, imagine having that kind of brain. But yeah, he was
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
I had like a little bit awkward moment where he like clearly was kind of open for me to keep talking about Ladies and Ladies, and I was just like, thank you, bye.
Because you're so like shell shocked.
I was just like, I don't know what to say. Yeah.
But yeah, again, like the color pie was something. Again, Magic's 1993. It's an old. It's
My
a,
year of birth.
me too. Oh yeah, we're the same age.
Oh my
That's
god, we're
right.
the same age? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I keep forgetting. By the way, yeah.
I'm in my big ween
Ween
energy
energy.
t-shirt, and you've got your fantastic fancy
Oh my
outfit.
gosh.
We're the same age.
It doesn't say like big ween.
No.
No.
This is big ween energy, and you're in your
Just code.
yeah.
I came from work. I'm sorry.
Looking schmick.
But so again, before Magic came out, there wasn't like a, this color does this color does that. So if you think about all the card games that we have now, like even think about like the Disney-based card game or Yu-Gi-Oh or things like that. Pokemon exactly. They all got like different energies, different like colors. It's all sort of coming from this main idea. And there's three pillars to why people consider Magic so great. It's because of the color, because it's the mana system, because it's a trading card game. So all of this is combines into like why it's still going 30 plus years later.
It endures for sure.
Yeah, enduring tenacity. Yeah, there you go. But each color has their own effect, playstyle, and philosophy. And again, when you're designing a game, to think about that, that's wild.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's a lot to plan.
So in order, it's you can sort of see at the back of the Magic card.
The back?
They're in order.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's
Both.
white, blue, black, red, and green. Wooburg.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they've all got allied and enemy colors. And what that means is that if you take a look at white, the white color, it's in between blue and green. Mm-hmm. So they are allied colors. And if you see opposite of white, it's black and red. They are enemy colors.
Wow, I didn't know about allied and enemy colors at all.
So if you think about it, white and blue and green all sort of get along, but white doesn't like black because like, oh, you're all about death and power and everything. I'm all about like law and order. And I don't like red because red is so impulsive and we're like, we need to control. Yeah, so if you think about it, that's what allied and enemy colors sort of mean. And we'll talk about that in like a future episode. But today we're just going to talk about just the single colors and what they do in DRM.
Single colors, not the pairings for today.
Not for today. I think that's a whole different episode.
Yes.
But in terms of like two color pairings, I know that I love white and black. Some sort of like enemy colors. I know that Casa loves white and red.
Boris.
What about you?
So you're both on the enemy colors. I really like red and white as well.
Oh, okay.
I really do. But also green and white.
Oh, of course. So let's
lots of the tokens the
go
life
wide
gain, they go wide. Yeah.
That makes sense to
me. And there's a lot
actually.
of cute stuff in there too.
But there's no red.
Because if I had to choose a single color, it would be red. I love mono red.
Yeah.
But when it comes to if I have to choose pairings,
I
do like red and white is probably first preference.
Okay, and then like you play white and green and red. That's your favorite color combo.
Naya,
yeah.
So Naya red is red, green, and white.
Well, take us away. Let's talk about white then, because I think white is one of your favorite colors. So
why don't you clearly it's in both of my favorite pairings.
Talk about white a little bit.
So white, the characteristics are peace, law, structure, selflessness, and equality.
Yeah, seems very righteous and like
very righteous.
Yeah.
And especially because types include cats.
Cats are very selfless. No, that's not true.
They like peace though.
Yeah,
for the most part.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
And structure. If you go outside their feeding time, I mean, they don't like that.
Because you've got cat, you got Ro.
Yeah.
How often do you feed Ro?
I mean, she has. So she gets dinner served once a day, and then food is there for her all day.
So when you don't serve her in her window,
oh my god, screaming!
How small's the window? How large is the
window? Actually, the window is a little bit. It can be wide. It can be pretty much an hour. The hour before dinner time.
Okay, that's not so bad.
So I guess it's structured for her.
But what if you don't?
Screaming and jumping and everything.
Really?
Cats, they're like, it's time now.
Structure for cats. Okay, I believe it. Yeah.
Humans, knights, angels, and soldiers as well.
Yeah, I associate all of those with white.
Yeah. Themes include going white.
There you go.
Yep. Protection, +1/+1 counters, life gain, and stacks, which we talked about in the last episode.
Yeah, again, so stacks, if you're not super familiar, it's about stopping your, not stopping, but like making your opponents pay tax. So it's like soft tax. That's what they call it. Is that why it's called stacks?
Soft tax?
Oh, maybe. Tell me in the comments. But yes. Okay. Yep.
White values order above all.
Yeah.
White doesn't mean inherently good. It can also mean totalitarian, inflexible, and rigid.
Because I think a lot of people assume like if you're a good guy, you're white, but that doesn't necessarily mean that. You can be a good guy, but like red, like impulsive and like not level-headed, but still have good intentions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elish Norn, notably, mummy. Is in white.
Not a good Phyrexian. Well, she's Phyrexian, so she's not good, but very, her whole thing is like the orthodoxy of Phyrexia or whatever. So very structured, very, but doesn't mean good.
No.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on your preference. So yeah, that's a really good example of that. Shall we move on?
Yeah. So I'll talk a little bit about blue.
Blue.
Because I think a lot of people, when they're newer to the game, they're like, "Oh, I don't like blue. It's too sneaky."
It's the yucky color.
And I was like that too. But the more I play, I'm like, you know what? I like blue. It's in the correct circumstances.
I agree, but see, the thing is, I agree that I like blue now, but I still agree that it's yucky.
Yeah, no, I agree. Well, you played this really good red and blue deck when we played Outlaws of Thunder Junction, remember?
Yes.
And you were really good at that.
It was a lot of fun.
You were the only one to beat me. You were the only one to beat me that day. Yeah, you did come second, exactly. And you like blue, that's fine. So blue is all about knowledge, about deceit. So it can be kind of sneaky, caution, deliberation, perfection. So they're always like taking a lot of things to account when they want to go to a goal. Creature types include merfolk, a lot of wizards. So again, wizards love that knowledge. Sea creatures, which include kraken, octopi. Yes, yep. And leviathans. And I've got a leviathan mono blue deck, like crab.
Oh
yeah.
Yes. Oh.
Charex, the stabby crabby, as well as spirits. So the themes for blue when you're making like commander decks and stuff. Card draw. They love to draw cards. Mill, so again, putting cards from your library into your grave, or enemies' cards from their library into their graveyard, and that's how they win. Also, evasion, so lots of flying and can't be blocked. Counter spells, so blue has the most counter spells in any color, as well as bounce. So when I say bounce, it's like returning cards
to your hand.
Yes, exactly.
From the battlefield to your hand.
Yep. Blue values knowledge above all. So where white's all about, we must, clean the chalkboard in this way. Blue's like, but what if we did it in this way to enhance our IQ or something?
What is the most efficient way?
Yeah, so something like that, It strives for perfection, is methodical, and sees everything as an opportunity, and they're very logical. So if I think of like a famous movie character who will be blue, I think like Spock, right? Super logical, very calculated, very precise, calculates things down to like the minutiae.
Right.
Should I say? Yeah. Omniscience, is that how you say that word?
Yep.
Omniscience is a good example of the ultimate blue card and goal. It's a 7 triple blue. It's an enchantment and says you may cast spells from your hand without paying their mana cost. So again, it's once you attain all the knowledge, you do stuff for free.
For free.
It's a very blue thing to do. Yeah. Well, let's move on now to black, which is all about power. It's all about being the best. Power, self-interest, a lot of themes around death and sacrifice, and uninhibitedness, which is also kind of like red, but very, very black as well.
Yeah. Also opposite of white, which I don't really like playing black all that much.
No, you don't like it that much.
I don't like sacrifice.
You get a lot of black preview cards, though, I think, in the past, right? Because if I recall correctly, you got blue-black.
I don't mind black as long as it's paired with something else.
Okay.
Right?
You don't like yucky blue and black. That's all you got.
That was my preview card. But I really liked my card, so.
It was a house. It was so good. But the types for black include zombies, rats. I know a lot of our friends have rat decks. You have a rat deck that's part black. Phyrexians love that glistening oil. Ninjas. A lot of warm P cards actually are black. Now that I think about it. So warlocks, assassins, all black. Rogues, mercenaries, and pirates.
Yep.
They're all in black too. Warm
Pirates
P.
are the P.
Pirates are the P. Demons and vampires. So all very, when you think about like terrifying and like quote unquote bad stuff, it's all black in color. But again, black doesn't mean bad necessarily, but they do value power above all. So power through any means, right? It's cunning, calculated, selfish, and believes that if the means to an end is successful, it's moral. So they're not really immoral or moral in the sense they're amoral. They put that aside and they're like, I'm focusing on my goal, focusing on true power.
Did it get done?
Yes, and that's good enough for me. So Liliana, who's again one of my you bought this for me, by the way, from MagicCon Amsterdam. Yep. Yeah. One of my favorite characters. If you're not familiar with the lore, she made a contract with 4 demons to be able to, if I'm not mistaken, like bring her brother back to life, something like that. I don't know. But she made that contract, and she's a necromancer, so very, very black. She's not a bad person, but she's looking for power.
Yeah.
So there you go. The card that I highlighted for black is Read the Bones. It's a 2 in the black sorcery that says scry 2, draw 2 cards, you lose 2 life.
Yeah, that was in this set.
Quite simple. Blue has a similar card that's called Divination, which has been the standard, which is just 2 in the blue, draw 2 cards. So this one obviously is a little bit better because you can look at the top 2 cards and say, oh, I don't like this one, goes to the bottom. You do have to pay for it, though. You have to pay a bit of your soul.
You gotta.
That's very black flavor.
Pay the toll.
Yeah.
We'll move into red.
Ruby's favorite color.
This is my favorite. Razorkin Needlehead red.
Yeah, there you go.
So red's characteristics: freedom, emotion, action, impulse, and destruction. Types include goblins, dragons, devils, warriors, and dinosaurs, and most recently gremlins.
Gremlins. I was gonna say not so support until
there are more.
Until Duskmorn, but we have some already.
Yeah. Were there any before Duskmorn?
I don't actually know. I actually know.
I feel like I didn't see anybody, so any of them. So I'm really sad. I love the gremlins. Themes. Oh yeah, and also I have a goblin deck that I'm building right now.
Ooh, who's the commander?
One of the Krenkos.
Oh, there's like 3 of them.
I haven't decided which Krenko I want to be the main Krenko. But I have a bunch of Wizard of Barges art goblins.
The Secret Lairs,
my
right?
favorite.
They're so good.
And someone got me one for my birthday too, so I'm like, well, that's going right in there.
And they're all red.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all red.
They're all red.
Yeah.
Which was what we're about.
Yeah.
Themes include burn, aggro, impulse draw, and randomness.
Yeah,
That's
so
interesting.
there's a lot of cards that Chaos Warp. Are you familiar with Chaos Warp?
Yes, I am.
2 in the red for an instant that says that thing, shuffle it into your library, and then you flip the top card.
Yeah, the top card of your library.
Have you ever seen a Chaos Warp where it flips exactly?
No, I haven't, but I've been adjacent to a table where that's happened.
Okay. I remember, if I'm not mistaken, I Chaos Swapped one of your things in the Bloomborough pre-con episode, and then you drew it after a while.
Oh yeah, but not right away.
Not right away.
It took a bit, but we got there.
We got there.
I really like burn in general.
Every time I played against you, Ben, I'm like, oh, I'm dead, right?
Yeah, like, it's done. The game is over.
Yeah.
I love a quick game. And red is really good for that.
You gotta play some more.
Yeah. Aggro is good too. Yeah, exactly. You can play more
I feel like everything you're reading here, you're like, yes, I like this.
Yes, I like this. There's a bit of the play from exile as well.
That's what we call impulse draw.
I understand.
Yeah, so there's a lot of exile the top 2 cards of the library, you may play them till end of turn or something like that.
So that is what you would call impulse draw.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I'm learning something new.
Hey.
Red values freedom above all. They want to live their own life, act on their own terms, is passionate but can be destructive. Yeah.
Because if you're sort of, I don't care about the rules, I'm going to do what I want. This is good, but there may be consequences.
Unrestrained.
Correct.
Yes.
It can be destructive. Exactly. There you go.
Lightning Bolt is the classic red spell, impactful super early on and is emblematic of how sudden and powerful red can be. So Lightning Bolt is a singular cost, a singular red.
So quick, so cheap.
Yep, instant, and Lightning Bolt deals 3 damage to any target.
Any target.
So that can be the other player, that can be their creature, that can be their planeswalker. So really good, very versatile.
It's such a good rate for such a fast spell, and it's just like, it kind of shows you how red is, right? Just like, boom, you're dead. Like, bye-bye, see you later.
Very very quick. I always find myself being like, oh, do I want to be cheeky and just do an immediate 3 damage to the other player, or should I save it in case I want to get rid of something?
No, destroy them. Get rid of the player.
Just directly to their
I
face.
don't have to destroy the thing that they play if they're gonna play if they're dead already.
If they don't get the chance to play
exactly.
I remember I won. I've talked about this a lot because it is my only pride. The time I did that standard Burns
Burn
Paradise, and I won a game with 8 burn damage in a row.
In the same turn?
Yeah, consecutively.
Nice.
It was so bad and great.
The thing about like playing mono red as well, it's like people think, oh, it's easy. You have to be strategic about exactly. Do I save it or do I burn it?
Yeah.
Because that's one less lightning bolt in my hand.
Yeah, because red is quick, but it's kind of like how quick.
Exactly.
So
because if you extend too far, and then they actually gain some life and they've got a board, you're like, I don't think I can win.
Red is kind of like if you don't win quickly, you might not really win.
Yeah. No.
Like
they want to win like the 3rd turn of the.
But like early.
Yeah.
Early. And by the time, if you let them get a foothold, it's basically you can't let them get a foothold.
You can't let them gain life. You can't let them have presence on the board.
Probably downhill for you.
Yup.
Green.
Ooh.
We'll do green as well.
Green's both of ours. Yeah, there you go.
Green. So very naturey.
Yes.
Wildlife, connection. So I guess like connection to each other, like the spirituality kind of connection.
Yeah, well, it's connection to like both nature and each other. Yeah.
And tradition is another theme of green. Types include elves,
Very common.
bears, elementals, hydras, beasts, and druids. I'm actually building an elf deck at the moment for an episode.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Well, is that out yet? Are we allowed to? I don't know where I'm allowed to. Yeah, I'll say it.
Yeah.
I'm building an elf deck. And so you've got a hydra deck, don't you?
I do have a mono green hydra deck. There you go. Yeah.
Oh, it is mono green.
It is mono green, yeah, because it's all just about growing bigger. Like growth, right? That's very
getting
green.
the other hydras out.
And then just bigger and bigger and bigger.
Bigger.
There you go.
Themes include growing stronger.
Yep.
+1/+1 counters or anthems.
Yep, which gives a whole board.
Buffs, right?
Yep.
Pump effects.
Yep.
Ramp, mana fixing, artifact and enchantment destruction, unnatural stuff returning to nature.
Yeah, they really like this magic is not good for this land. We'll destroy it. Or this artifact has come here to saw down my forest. Like we're going to destroy that too. There's a lot of naturalized effects which destroy artifacts and enchantments.
And large creatures.
Oh, they've got the biggest.
Which we know about.
Stompy boys.
Some dinosaurs, especially. I also have a ton of treeple of Ents and
Right, from the Lord of the Rings sets and stuff.
Yes, yeah.
Tree Folk is actually a really good one to
Treefolk.
think about because I really like Tree Folk's decks. It's very thematic.
Yeah,
you know?
I it's one of those skeletons that I never finished. I have a Tree Folk deck that I've just never completed. So.
Think if you because that's what I've done. I've done one deck for each color because if I didn't put that restraint on myself, I would have like 100 decks.
Yeah,
I think it's bad.
Well, there's plenty of people who try and make at least one deck for each monocolor and then for each color pairing as well.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I want to do not at least I want to do one full stop. I don't want to. If I do two, I'll like take cards out and then make the deck. So I'm like, don't go crazy.
Yeah. Like how you change your Naya deck to
exactly
to the rabbit.
It was a cat and now it's a rabbit. Yeah. Yeah.
A different
Naya.
animal.
Animals.
So we have got here. Oh yeah, Green Valley's community above all.
I thought that was perfect because what's the color of our logo?
It's green.
It's green. We're a community.
Cozy
Join
Magic
the Discord.
Join. We do value community above all. Very
I think
green. Believes that given time, all things will develop as planned and instinct will prevail. It's simple but also wise. And everyone and everything plays its part in life and strives for coexistence instead of change.
I think that's kind of beautiful, isn't it? Like it's kind of like thinking about like a flower. Give it some time, give it sun, let it breathe, give it water, and it'll just grow on its own. You don't have to interfere. You don't have to.
It's all part of the ecosystem.
Exactly.
Too. Everything plays its part. Colossal Dreadmore shows why this card.
It's just the card that everyone talks about all the time.
Shows how green is bigger, tougher, and more ferocious than any other color. Can I
I was going to
ask-
say red is in contention there.
Yeah. Though Gruul is a lot of fun too, as well.
It is. I think Gruul is the biggest of all the colors.
Yeah, Gruul is red and green, just so we know as
yes,
well.
good point. Yeah.
So Colossal Dreadmore is a 6/6 dinosaur with trample. That's it. And it costs 6.
And it costs 6.
Can you tell me the story behind the kind of meme culture behind Colossal Dreadmore?
I'm not like 100% sure of why it's so like prevalent, but it's kind of like, wow, Colossal Dreadmore, this is perfect card. No need to reiterate on it. And they kept printing it again and again, but then they would be like, I don't think you can make it better than a 6/6 trample for 6. And then sometimes they do, and they're like, oh, it's just better Colossal Dreadmore. It's just like 6/6 trample hexproof. Like, just better Colossal Dreadmore or something. So
Okay.
Colossal Dreadmore, it's just a little guy, which is very big.
It's just a little big guy.
Big guy.
Yeah. So we did mention Gruul, which is green and red. We'll talk about the color pairings and stuff like that in a later episode.
I think there's a lot to sort of digest with like the specific like color pairings and how they work well. Because again, like, why is red and green? Why are they like fast and like big? Why is it called Gruul? Like, and and then there's even 3 color combinations. Like, why do we call it Naya? Why is it
we
red,
should talk
white,
about
and green?
so much because I think we both love Naya.
I'm a big Naya fan. Yeah. And then there's also 4 color combinations. Those aren't really talked about so much, and they're more. I'll touch very briefly on it, but they're more about what the color they don't have instead of what all 4 work together. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like the commander without black is more about why it doesn't have black instead of what is red and blue and green and what all work together as.
That's cool.
So they're like righteous. They're not about power. They're all about community and selflessness and working together as a team, because black is it's selfish, right? It's about power. It's a little bit like that. A good example of that is Aragon the Uniter. It's a red. I think Castle's got a deck.
But excluding black.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's
So something
really cool.
like that.
That's not something that I knew as well. So new info for me. I love that.
So it's more about what they don't have rather than what they do have. Because whereas like 2 colors and 3 colors are kind of about why does blue, green, and
how they work together, what they mean. Yeah. Brilliant.
Awesome. Well, again, this has been a very sort of quick episode about what each individual color does. And again, I don't think that anyone is one color or just 2 colors or 3 colors. I think in all of us, I'm impulsive sometimes. I love community, but also I care about power. Sometimes I can be a little selfish. I crave knowledge.
We all can. We're human.
Yeah. And again, like, sometimes I crave knowledge.
We all live on the color pie somewhere.
It's kind of like, you'll do like personality tests, and like sometimes some of this you'll have this, sometimes you'll have that. It's kind of like that for.
We should do some online quizzes at one point to see what the internet thinks our colors are. Where we sit on the wheels and the pairings.
Because like I love white and black, but I don't think personally that's what.
I don't know where I would sit.
You know what I mean? Like, I think if there's any cool like magic color quizzes out there that you think are really good, please let us know in the comments.
Yeah, send them our way.
I don't think I've ever done any of those
let
before.
us know what color you think you are or what's your favorite.
Yeah, and why it's your favorite, I suppose. Well, thanks for watching, folks. It's been a nice sort of quick episode, but thanks to Casa. Thanks to Rex Studios for once again having this and putting up the nice green and blue. It's a Simic. It's a Simic. I didn't even think about that.
I don't really play Simic. Actually, I do play a lot of Simic. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you. Please follow Ruby and all of the things.
And please follow Nigel and all of the things.
And Cozy Magic Club everywhere. We'll catch you around soon. Enjoy your pie. See ya.
Bye.
On pie now.
Oh,